Hey everybody, I'm going to play some games here. Let's see how it goes. So I'm essentially an unrated player on chess.com. My rating is 1638. So I matched with an, a player who is exactly of my rank. So this player seems to be from no Finland. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so essentially he seems to be okay. Uh, for some precaution, I'll actually just move it. Okay, this is on the expected line, so not big deal. Um, I leave it like that. Now it is more or less a close position here. Yeah. So with this move, I think my bishop is looking a little more better here. Let me just attack this queen here. Yeah, very good. And if I can actually move it here and to fill give me an even better position actually, but if he does a pawn push, I'll have to come back. Yeah, so just a little wary of that pawn push, but for the time being, I can just double push this pawn. He will push this pawn in case of which I'll have to take it. He takes it, and I can take it back. So this is also looking good. If he captures this, I capture here. He double pushes the pawn, and he cannot poke me here. Right? He has not got no protection. Yeah, and this position becomes very exciting once he has double pushed his pawn. So maybe I'll actually go ahead with this. Okay, cool. So that is also fine. I can try to create, or maybe I can just simply do a pawn push and I'll just permanently close this whole region. Or he can actually try doing, yeah. So I was expecting this to happen, and for some protections, let me just put my. And if you notice, this pawn is currently not protected. So he can play his bishop here, and I will have to be a little careful there actually. Maybe he's planning a pawn push, in case of which I can simply take it. He cannot take it back because the queen and uh, yeah, he cannot take it back. Yes, sounded so right. Not too sure if I can actually push it here, but if I push it, he can actually go back, and then this position will be very bad for my knight. It is already in the corner, so okay. Let me just close it for the time being. At least my bishop is in a good position, so at any point I have all my pawn sitting here. Yeah, this is unexpected line, so not too bothered about this. And in fact, I can do a pawn push and try to capture here as well. So what remains now is I have to be really careful around this pawn. Okay, I'm not going to I am not going to be too worried about that move. I can actually play here, capture here, and maybe try to open something in that direction, but probably I'll play a waiting move. Okay, I'll play a waiting move. I'm not too confident immediately, but this is also not a good move because now it exposes my pawn here. So he takes it, I take it, and he captures the pawn. So which is why this is actually not a good move. Yeah, and he has exploited that, I believe. Yes. So this wasn't a waiting move. It was actually a bad move. And what I will do now is that I'll actually go ahead for an exchange because this rook is looking very dangerous here on an open file. Yeah. Okay. This is fine. Now I feel I have some advantage because his bishop is locked. His uh, knight is also locked right now. So maybe if I am able to, yes, if I am able to actually, or I can play it here, brings it back, and maybe I'll just play it here for the time being. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get rid of this knight, and maybe I'll occupy this position, the d6 position using my bishop. Very good. So this is what he wanted him to do. Yes, now I will attack this rook, and now I am going to occupy this position. So this position will be permanently belonging to me. My bishop will become very strong, and along with that, yes, along with that, my whole central structure becomes very strong right now. He has got an unprotected pawn here that I can try to look and exploit. Not immediately sure how, but I will now try to keep this position closed for as long as possible. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that move actually. So maybe I'll just okay, not too worried. My pawn structure is still looking very healthy. Okay, I feel it's time to attack. So he's +1 right now, which is okay. His bishop is very bad. His bishop cannot go anywhere. So that is a benefit that I have, and I will probably well I can play this move here. He takes it. I take this guy, and maybe I can then give a check. I play here and I give a check. So he'll move it. Possibly I can just simply exchange it for the time being because this move is looking very strong to me. Yes. Now this is okay. I am going to get my pawn back. Okay, cool. So I'm not too sure if I would. I'll just take it from. Yeah, let me just capture it using my rook because now there is a good. So I can give this guy a check. Yes, he will have to essentially go here. Uh, yeah, in case of which I can simply try and capture his pawn here, or maybe I can just simply take this guy. Not too sure. I can give him a check. He has to come back here. Maybe I can just prepare to. Let me just give him a check for the time. Okay, so let us see what happens. He will have to come to g8 position. That is for sure. In case of which I can simply take this pawn. Yeah, I take this pawn here. I can actually take this pawn as well, and so this is not a very good move. Uh, he's trying to do a pawn push. I can go here and see what happens. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to capture this guy. He's not allowing me to do that, which is okay. I can take this pawn, and then I also have a check here, and I can actually push this pawn as well. So that is also looking good to me. In fact, now my rook and queen are also connected, so that is also a very good sign for me actually. So I am not too sure, but this doesn't. So he's trying to. He can try and give me a check from here, which is bearable. I give him a check, and then okay. So let me bring this guy here. I give him a check from here. Then I give him a check from here, and that looks like it for him, I believe. Uh, yeah, his position is not very good right now, is what I can definitely say. Not too sure again, maybe the computers must be saying something different. So I give him a check. Let's see what happens. Yeah, if he goes to h7, then I am going with a check on h4. In case of which he'll have to come here, then I have a check from here, and then yeah, let me just give him a check. Let's see what happens. Yeah, okay, cool. I can actually give him a check here. He has to go down, and then this looks like a mate. Yes, this is a checkmate. Yes, this is a checkmate. Okay, cool. Not yet, not yet. This is still not a checkmate, so I'll still have to put in some effort, I believe. Okay, let me try again this time. So maybe it works this time. Yeah, check. Yes, this is a checkmate. Okay, cool, guys. So that was my first channel, first live streaming. I'll be stopping this streaming. I hope. In fact, I can actually go ahead and do a game report. Let us see what computer says about my analysis. Yeah. So I have actually got a premium account on chess.com. So it is very helpful in actually finding out the mistakes. So let me just find it out. So this was a very interesting game. I never felt that in barring that one pawn that he took, he never really got his attack on because this was a very close position and his bishop was actually bad. So in spite of the fact that he was a pawn up, he was actually a piece down. If I would see it in a different way actually, because he had a very bad bishop and that bishop actually never moved. Yeah, so it says that one I missed. Yeah, it says that okay, probably the miss was that I could have played here. He would have come here, and then probably I'm not too sure what he's trying to say. Uh, what this computer? So let's go to analysis. So this guy says that my move was actually bad. This move was actually bad, and it is recommending me to give a check immediately. Okay, so what happens if I give a check? Imagine I'm at this position. I give him a check, and then he goes here, and what is expected out of me? And now it is asking me to give a check from b6. Where is b6? Bishop to, okay, sorry, g6 plus. So it is asking me to give a check from bishop to g6. Okay, and queen to e6. Okay, so that is actually looking like a faster. So I give this guy a check. He takes it. I give again a check. And now the only option that he is having is to go here. Maybe he can go down, but that doesn't. He can go down, so I take it. And now his only option is to go to this position, and I can give him a check, and then he would be a checkmate. Yes. So probably just one more move here, and I can give him a check, and then this is a checkmate. Yeah. So this is a missed move here, missed mate, but certainly it wasn't very simple to see. And given that you immediately see attack, so you were seeing, I was actually seeing a checkmate here on f1. So the immediate immediate move that I got was to actually prevent that checkmate, and that also opened the avenue for my queen to move to h4. So that was another thing. Yeah, so this was a move. Okay, then okay, it is saying there are a couple of mistakes, but we'll look into that later. But let us just go through the game actually. So yeah, I was actually trying to play some sort of this. This is my favorite position. Okay, e4 f4 is my favorite opening with when I'm playing white. This is also a very strong move. I feel bringing control in the center. Yeah, I think this was. I felt very good about this because this immediately made my rook look bishop look so good in a position that was going to get closed, and all my center pawns on black. My black bishop was actually very bad. Yeah, so which is why I was very happy with that move, and that actually made my bishop look much better than his bishop all throughout the game. This move was bad. This move was actually bad. I lost my, yeah. So exchange was good here, and what was even better was that I got that open file. Okay. Yeah. So now this is all looking to improve for me, right? He has got bad positions here. This pawn is not protected well. It's only protected by one guy, and adding to that, the king is in front of that pawn. So that's a blunder. So it says that okay, the web page was reloaded. Okay, cool guys. I'll stop my, because the web page was reloaded. I'll stop my streaming here. Tomorrow again, I will meet everyone. Let's play another game and see how it goes. Thank you so much.